There may be good reasons at this level for the Nigeria Police Force under the leadership of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun, to immediately invite Nigeria-serving lawmaker, Senator Prince Chinedu Nwoko aka Ned Nwoko, for questioning over apparent reasonable and evidence-based allegations of raping a minor, child marriage, child molestation, underage voters registration, and child abuse against the person of superstar Nigerian Nollywood actress, Regina Daniels, following the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC voters card, Senator Ned Nwoko presented this morning through his verified social media profile to challenge the allegation earlier made by Regina Daniels that she was still a minor at age 17 when the serving Nigeria senator forced her into early child marriage and started having sexual activities with her. A careful study of the INEC voters card, Regina Daniels' real name or full name was not stated in the election voters registration card that looked very questionable and manipulative. The voters card was issued on July 23, 2018 without the bearer real father's name. The voters card simply identify the actress as Daniels Regina Nwoko, with date of birth as October 10, 1998. This, Chief Nwoko, a family member of Senator Ned Nwoko, in recent days issued a video statement wherein he accused and described the senator as a man of too many bad characters, saying that Senator Ned Nwoko and the actress' father once stayed together in one apartment, and the statement of Chief Nwoko indicated that Senator Ned Nwoko knows the real name of the biological father of the star actress. Hence, as a learned and well-educated person, Senator Ned Nwoko was probably in a good position to know that the voters card was questionable, and it appears to be very fraudulent, because, a year before the questionable and apparent fraudulent INEC voters card was issued, the actress had sworn an affidavit and declared her real names as Ajegwu Regina Nwoko, born on the 10th of October, 2001, as stated in her 5 years international passport issued on May 9, 2017 and renewed on January 11, 2022 with same names and date of birth for 10 years international passport. According to the founder of Sahara Reporters News Media, Omoyele Sowore, it was Senator Ned Nwoko who probably and allegedly may have obtained the fake INEC voters card to conceal the real age of the star actress, saying, Senator Prince Ned Nwoko has traveled with Regina Daniels to Jordan, UAE, Egypt, with her only passport showing she was underage when Ned Nwoko married Gina, but for some curious reason, never took her to England, the US, or Europe because he knew the implications. Verbatim, Senator Ned Nwoko said in a statement issued on Thursday morning with the INEC voters card attached, that, it has come to my attention that false claims are being circulated by Regina, suggesting that I married her when she was 17 years old. These claims are entirely untrue and misleading. For clarity, during my first meeting with Regina, I asked her age, and she told me she was 21 years old. I further asked if she had any document to support this, and she presented her INEC voters card, which clearly shows that she was born on October 10, 1998. I informed her that I would keep this document in my possession, and I have done so since that day. I have also seen a BBC interview her mom granted after our marriage regarding her age. According to all verifiable records, our marriage took place 6 years ago, which means Regina is 27 years old today. Any suggestion that I married her at 17 is false and should not be accepted by the public. The facts are verifiable and indisputable. Until this is done, I urge the public to approach all her claims with caution and discernment, especially taking into account her current mental condition, having started and abandoned her rehabilitation from illegal drug addiction. In numbers of posts published on Wednesday and Thursday, Omoyele Sowore said, Senator Chinedu, Ned Nwoko of APC may believe he can outsmart the public, but the record tells a different story. Evidence now in the public domain shows that he entered into marriage with Regina Ajegwu Nwoko when she was still a teenager, and the couple later traveled abroad to the UAE, Dubai, soon after she turned 18. Ned Nwoko personally handled her travel documentation for that trip. according to accounts from those familiar with the matter, to celebrate her 18th birthday. The same Senator Prince Ned Nwoko, long known for flaunting wealth and influence, has frequently used the now disgraced Nigeria police force to intimidate and detain members of his estranged wife's family and others speaking against his well-documented impunity. This pattern of harassment must stop. Nigeria cannot claim to stand for justice while people with immense political power and questionable fortunes use state institutions as private weapons. Justice must mean accountability, even for the rich and well-connected. Impunity must end. We have obtained a copy from Regina Daniels's international passport, which was issued based on her birth certificate. She was underage at the time of her marriage to Senator Prince Ned Nwoko. It's crucial to question INEC Nigeria this discrepancy, as he is currently using an INEC Nigeria voter's card to assert her age. As he knows, the process for obtaining a voter's card may not involve the rigorous scrutiny required for an international passport, which is based on a birth certificate and other legitimate IDs. The crooked All Progressives Congress senator knew what he was doing. That's reason he never traveled with Regina Daniels to Europe or America. On Wednesday, Omiyele had also said, evidence now available suggests that Senator Ned Nwoko traveled internationally with his now temporarily estranged wife, Regina Daniels, at a time when it is clear that she was still a minor. Records indicate she was born in October 2001 and that their marriage took place in May 2019, when she was 17 years old. Ned Nwoko changed Regina Daniels' name from Regina Nimaka Favor Ejegwu to Regina Daniels. He obtained a fake INEC Nigeria voter card to conceal her age after introducing her to drugs to enable him to force himself on her. Senator Prince Ned Nwoko has traveled with Regina Daniels to Jordan, UAE, Egypt, with her only passport showing she was underage when Ned Nwoko married Gina, but for some curious reason, never took her to England, the US, or Europe because he knew the implications. This latest revelation raises serious legal and ethical questions that can never be ignored. The facts, as they stand, point to a violation of both moral and statutory boundaries, and the truth will soon be fully public. No amount of influence or political power should shield anyone from accountability when such grave issues are involved. Crooked All Progressives Congress Senator Prince Ned Nwoko is fully exposed now.
Bring in youth the news in a more digital way.
Former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai has described the conduct and behaviour of a Nigeria-serving minister and former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, before a serving Nigeria soldier in the Naval Force as reckless and thus insulted and disrespected the person and the office of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, after the minister had a confrontation with the naval officer with the service name, A.M Yerima, at Plot 1946, Gaduwa District, Abuja, over ownership and development rights to a parcel of land allegedly linked to a former Chief of Naval Staff. This, a careful study of some video footage made available online, especially the video captured and published by Channels Television, apparently indicated that the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, physically assaulted one of the operatives of the Department of State Services, DSS, that was seen protecting the minister against a potential threat of armed soldier who was on a direct viewpoint with the minister. The DSS officer proactively moved to give the armed soldier a close marking and chest up to the defense line, with the armed soldier who was moving steps on a close range and direct viewpoint to the minister. But, surprisingly, the minister, in a manner that looks very disrespectful and belittling, walked up to the DSS officer and dragged him to leave the way. Professionally, the DSS operative angrily resisted Wike and said with a loud voice that he can't leave the defense line, that the armed soldier is being unprofessional with the way the armed soldier was standing on a direct viewpoint to the minister. quickly, one of the combatant DSS officers from behind moved towards the armed soldier and pushed him off the defense line. Thereafter, the situation became violently rowdy and was almost leading to a complete fight. Even when the DSS operatives formed a circle around the minister to protect him, Nyesom Wike was seen trying to violate the DSS human shield in a manner as if he was going personally to confront one of the armed soldiers, but the DSS officers ensured the minister was denied the opportunity to endanger his own life, and after the violent situation, all the armed soldiers moved backward while the DSS officers built a human defense wall against the armed soldiers completely. Only the senior army officer, who appeared not armed, was now in close contact with the minister, and according to the former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, Nyesom Wike's action is a clear act that presents danger to national security, and undermines the authority of the Commander-in-Chief and the integrity of the armed forces. The FCT minister, accompanied by senior officials of the Federal Capital Development Authority, had visited the site to stop what he described as an illegal construction, when he confronted a naval officer allegedly supervising the property. In a viral video of the incident, Wike was seen expressing outrage with insulting words such as, "You are a fool, when I graduated, you were still in primary school," while the officer insisted that he was acting on orders given to him by a vice admiral. Wike could be heard and seen in the videos shouting on top of his voice, saying, "You are in uniform, and you're telling me that the Navy owns this land? Who gave you the right to build without approval? Even if you are the Chief of Naval Staff, the law must be respected." The officer repeatedly responded that the property belonged to a former service chief and that the military had authorization to protect it. Tukur Buratai, who served Nigeria as Chief of Army Staff between 2015 and 2022, through his verified Facebook account on Tuesday early morning, said in quotes that the events of November 11, 2025, involving the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, demand an immediate and serious response. His public disparagement of a uniformed officer of the Nigerian Armed Forces transcends mere misconduct. It represents a palpable threat to national security and institutional integrity. A minister's verbal assault on a military officer in uniform is an act of profound indiscipline that strikes at the core of our nation's command and control structure. It deliberately undermines the chain of command, disrespects the authority of the Commander-in-Chief, and grievously wounds the morale of every individual who serves under the Nigerian flag. Such actions erode the very foundation of discipline upon which our national security apparatus stands. This cannot be dismissed as political theater. It is a reckless endangerment of national order. This action by Wike is clearly an indication of undermining the federal government's authority. Consequently, Barrister Nyesom Wike must tender an immediate and unequivocal public apology to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as Commander-in-Chief, the entire armed forces of Nigeria, and the specific officer whose honor was violated. Our nation's security must come first. It is time for decisive action, not politics of military bashing. The integrity of our armed forces demands nothing less.
Sangat dan drop. Sangat dekong. Sir.
It's embarrassing. You want to kill everybody? Please kill everybody. No, you
Sorry, I'm not. No. This is the minister here, please.
Guys, this is the minister here. Hey!
Who are you? Who are you? I will talk to you. Who are you?
What I'm saying here, I'm order. Tell the government to order. There's no come on. Okay, can I just
Sir, let me request.
Even if it's happening, show me the document you have. You have no document. I bring the document. Excuse me. I'm the minister. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that. We cannot continue to have impunity. When approval even to you.
Very confusing. You are very confusing. Very serious. I don't know what I need to cannot say this government. Don't have document. You don't have document. And you give us a prayer section. I think this is wrong. Abdul, don't worry. Okay, what do you need? Can you talk to the officer?
Hello, sir. Morning, sir. I'm fine, thank you, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Afternoon, sir. I'm Navy Lieutenant Yerima, sir. Security Officer to Vice Admiral Buratai. Yes, sir. So I'm here on the orders. Yes, sir, I'm here on the orders of the admiral. Sir, we mobilized the site a couple of days ago, and then the engineer kept telling us that policemen are coming to embarrass them and harass them, and they've been coming to threaten them that if they don't leave, to strike them, to arrest them, and then he brought it to our attention. So as the security officer to the Vice Admiral, I was called, and then sir, we are not doing anything illegal. We are here on the orders of the Vice Admiral. That's it. Ours is just to come and intervene.
Stop this video.
Sir, let me say, I request to there's no such thing as former Vice Admiral.
Show me the document you have. You have no document. Bring the document.
I have documents and everything has been submitted.
You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that. We cannot continue to have this impunity. Where the approval even to people. You cannot continue this way. This country cannot continue along this line. How can that man at his level, even if he has a problem, he cannot reach me and say, look, I'm sorry. See what I have. You will send soldiers to intimidate who? We are all from this country. And this is government. You cannot be higher than any government. You cannot be carrying guns to intimidate people to not to do their work. Let me tell you, if not government, Chief of Naval Staff, who spoke to me here, you could have killed everybody here. No problem. I'm not one of those that they can intimidate.
On the contrary,
I'm doing my job.
We are not intimidating anybody.
That's what you're doing.
The the civilian, the engineer mobilized to site, and then staff or workers of SCD look at it.
No, listen now.
They were threatening them, and that was when the admiral gave the order.
He cannot give order against government.
Because the papers are complete, and he said
Well,
submitted
are you
them.
the one? Listen, you know the police one. Are you the one that will say paper? What will show me that you are good? First of all, show me that government gave you this. Show me that you have an approval to build what you are building. It has nothing to do with I'm a vice admiral, I'm a lieutenant general. That is not it. We must work according to law. We must work according to law.
We forwarded everything to me.
To you.
No, can you not tell like this? Don't tell like this.
Don't you try this?
Don't tell me this. Don't tell me this. You're fine.
Don't tell me I'm lying.
I'm more than you. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
I am a small boy, but the commission of finance can never very good. Those who come and complain How do I face him? How do I face him? This is not professional. This is not professional. Please. You can't be facing the military with this thing. It's okay. From demolition is not part.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Order matters. I'm an officer. Take to orders.
So what? You had a who? Than me.
So I'm an officer. Take to orders.
To order that. You
I'm a 3-star general.
Okay.
I can't say no. That was,
You can never develop this property. I will not allow it.
No problem, sir.
I'm
only acting on my orders.
If you want to kill everybody, kill everybody.
We will not kill
You
anybody.
cannot.
We will not. We will not kill anybody.
You put yourself in trouble.
We will not.
My friend, you see,
what is that? You cannot shut me up. Look at you. You cannot shut me up. You are my senior. You cannot even talk when I'm talking. Because
I have to reach you.
you're only that way. I'll be talking and policemen will be talking.
you are taking with us.
That's an officer. Nobody does that.
We did not carry anybody.
The man took that. I will not allow because he was chief of naval staff, and then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop
and so
that?
you get it.
Will you stop
Sir,
that?
I'm an officer. I have integrity.
Shut up, your mouth, put
Sir, I
yourself.
will not shut up.
Will you get up?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir, I'm a
I
professional
was in
officer.
school. You're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you
up.
keep quiet?
You can't
Let
shut
them
me
take
up, sir.
food.
I'm not a
You are
fool.
the fool.
I'm not a
You
fool,
think you
sir.
can shoot anybody like that?
Sir, I'm not
You
a
are the
fool.
fool. Are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
As for the time I
Don't call me a
graduated,
fool.
you were in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Take for
You
which
can't
order?
call me a fool.
I just, you will see whether you love it here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go
I'm
and develop your-
an
go and
officer.
develop
I'm not a fool, sir.
Okay,
I'm an
I'm
officer.
so corrupt. You will have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Bring in you the news in a more digital way.
Well-known human rights activist and founder of the Sahara Reporters news media, Omiyele Sowore has called on the British government that the United Kingdom, UK should immediately place a ban on Nigeria serving senator representing Delta North Senatorial District in the Red Chamber of the National Assembly, Prince Chinedu Nwoko aka Ned Nwoko, as a registered lawyer in the United Kingdom over allegations of child abuse, raping of minor and molestation allegedly committed against the person of Nigeria popular Nollywood actress Regina Daniels, after the superstar actress revealed on Sunday that she was forced into early marriage at the age of 17 by the serving Nigeria senator, which, according to Sowore, Regina Daniels at 17 was still a minor under the UK law and therefore called on the Law Society of England and Wales to be alerted, and the Solicitors Regulation Authority, SRA, must begin disciplinary proceedings before the Independent Solicitors Disciplinary Tribunal, SDT, determined Senator Ned Nwoko fitness to still practice law in the UK, while Sowore stated this earlier on Sunday. On Monday evening, Sowore raised alarm of fresh plans by the serving Nigeria senator, Ned Nwoko, to allegedly block the release of the detained Regina Daniels' brother, Samuel Ejegwu aka Sammy West, and arrest his mother-in-law, Regina Daniels' mother, Rita, and Regina Daniels' friends. But Sammy West was later seen in a video on Monday night being released from prison. According to Omiyele Sowore, APC Senator, Prince Ned Nwoko must be held accountable for crimes against a minor and abuse of power. The case of APC Senator Prince Ned Nwoko has gone far beyond politics. It now points to serious criminal conduct and gross abuse of power, as revealed by his now estranged wife, Regina Daniels. According to Regina Daniels, Senator Prince Ned Nwoko married her when she was only 17 years old, at a time when she was legally a minor under UK law, where Nwoko remains a registered legal practitioner. Any sexual activity following that marriage would, under British law, amount to statutory rape. More disturbing are Regina Daniels' allegations that Senator Nwoko introduced her to hard drugs while she was still underage and repeatedly forced himself upon her. These are not mere moral failings. They're serious criminal offenses that demand investigation and prosecution. It is unacceptable for Ned Nwoko to continue parading himself as a lawyer in the United Kingdom while facing these damning allegations. The Law Society of England and Wales must be alerted, and the Solicitors Regulation Authority, SRA, must begin disciplinary proceedings before the Independent Solicitors Disciplinary Tribunal, SDT, to determine his fitness to practice law in the UK. We will not allow Ned Nwoko to continue using the now disgraced Nigeria police force, his political influence, or illicit wealth to suppress victims, pervert justice, and trample on human rights in Nigeria or anywhere else in the world. Impunity has an expiry date, and that date is now. Stop Senator Prince Ned Nwoko's abuse of power and criminal manipulation of state institutions. While we continue working to secure the freedom of Samuel Ejegwu, Sammy West, who has been unjustly detained through the influence of crooked All Progressives Congress crooked Senator Prince Ned Nwoko, it is important to alert the public to the senator's ongoing schemes and abuses of power. Reliable information indicates that Senator Nwoko has deployed substantial funds to elements within the Nigeria police force in order to target and intimidate members of his estranged wife Regina Daniels' family and friends. Acting through corrupt police officials and in some instances attempting to draw in the NDLEA, he has sought to expand a web of harassment and unlawful arrests. Senator Prince Ned Nwoko allegedly pressured Nigeria police force officers earlier today to block Sammy West's bail, and even attempted to procure the arrest of Regina Daniels' friends and mother, Rita, under false claims that they were supplying her with drugs. Equally disturbing are credible reports that he illegally intercepted and monitored Regina Daniels' private WhatsApp communications, paying large sums to police operatives to track her calls and messages. Over 250 of such WhatsApp messages were submitted to implicate Regina Daniels's close circle that he alleged was supplying her hard drugs. In addition, Nwoko is said to have sponsored the fabrication of medical reports from Nyesom Wike Hospital in Abuja and another private facility in Abuja, in a desperate bid to criminalize Regina Daniels and those close to her. These actions amount to a grave abuse of state power and violation of fundamental rights. The public must understand that the true criminal here is Ned Nwoko himself, a man who married a minor, exposed her to drugs through manipulation, and repeatedly violated her bodily autonomy. We call on the Nigerian leadership to immediately call the Nigeria Police Force, the NDLEA, and also urge the Attorney General of the Federation, and relevant international human rights bodies to immediately investigate these allegations and to curtail Senator Nwoko's influence over security agencies in Nigeria. No individual, no matter how wealthy or politically connected, should be allowed to weaponize law enforcement institutions for personal vendettas. Justice must prevail, and Ned Nwoko must be held accountable for his crimes.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way. Bringing you the news in a more digital way.